Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is April 21st. We've really struggled with dates this week, so I just want to point that out. Friday, April 21st. Lisa, Scott, and Jared in today on this gorgeous spring-like day. My sister, I was just looking at Facebook before I came down here, and my sister had posted, if we're going to have snow in April, I'm putting my Christmas tree back up.
Take it down, put it back up, take it down.
Jeez.
It's a rough day.
It is. It's just, all of us are so sick of it. It's going to stick around here throughout the day too. So just light snow showers, really not going to accumulate anymore. So there's good news there, but still going to see some snow flying even into this evening. So if you're heading out in the town later today, you may still see some of these light snow showers. And it's going to be windy. So it's just kind of an uncomfortable, unfortunate day we're having here on this Friday.
Yesterday, I don't want to go backwards, but it seemed like all day long, even though it rained most of the day or sprinkled, it's just all day long though.
Yeah. I think the elevation changed in the valley. We ended up having kind of that rain snow, whereas right outside the valley, we're just basically coming down in snow. So Fargo ended up just having that precipitation that just kept falling and just melting anything that was snow. So it was maybe a little bit better here than some other folks. So we didn't wake up with very much on the ground, but still some. But roads are tough travel-wise for today. It'll likely be that way for a while. I think it'll, even when we hit like 35 today, I think some of those roads will still be kind of slushy and slick. So just be careful out on the roads. Tonight we're going to freeze again, so roads could be a little bit icy again tomorrow morning. And then the rest of the weekend, just gradual improvements. Tomorrow's going to be breezy and cold. Sunday a little bit more comfortable, but it's still going to be cold out there. Our average high is 57, and
we're not there.
We're not even. I don't even see us really hitting that here in the next week. Cold weather. Brace yourselves. Eventually, it's got to warm up, right?
Yeah, hopefully. You think so?
I want to say yes, but
we thought that in March, and then here comes April.
I heard John Wheeler say the other night, he can't promise this is the last time we'll see snow either. He's like, I would like to say this is the last, but the last couple have been like, well, this is probably the last one, so we'll get through it. Not that it's in the forecast or anything. I'm just saying, it's crazy.
Frustrating. It's very, very frustrating.
And it's kind of funny because April can be so much different too. Dylan talked about this morning and Weather Talk today. I think we talked about 100-degree day on the same day in April, like 45 years ago.
Yeah,
so
1980.
That's crazy. What a swing.
Yeah, it is. And then Dylan had said, it'd be nice to have something between there. Today is super cold. Then that's almost too hot for some in April. No, those Goldilocks days are hard to find.
All right, well, what about, we know that flooding is still a concern. Any big changes potentially on the flood front this weekend or anything like that?
I haven't seen a whole lot. One thing that a lot of folks say right away, hey, we got this snow, all this rain, what's this going to do? And a lot of times the modeling that goes into the river forecast, this is already accounted for a week or two beforehand that we're seeing this, that they're always putting in the potential for April showers and May showers as well. So it's kind of all included in there. So if you want to check those out, you can, check it out on the website.
InForum.com, just click on the flood tab. Otherwise, our Storm Tracker weather app, I think that's so easy. That way too, road reports too, because we still have bad roads and the forecast. But the river levels, it's all in one spot. Very easy to track it with our.
I roll my eyes about the road reports because as a team, we're always like, when should we take these off? Don't want them on there, but they're so helpful, and we just keep needing them. So it's unfortunate, but if you do need to check out those road reports, our app's pretty handy.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
And it's free.
And that's the best price.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
All
Jared.
right, Jared, thank you. Appreciate it.
Before we jump into some of our news headlines, I want to remind everyone that you can watch this, of course, anytime on your Facebook feed throughout the day, also on our InForum YouTube channel, and we make this into a podcast. So you can find that at inforum.com/podcasts. Just look for the InForum Minute.
And we're talking all about bad road conditions this morning with dealing with that snow, the slush, ice. Well, this morning, the Cass County Sheriff's Office is on high alert after responding to numerous crashes. They made multiple rescues yesterday, including a scary one along I-29 south of Gardner. A crying baby, along with the parents and a dog, they were pulled from a SUV after going into the ditch, into a flooded ditch. It was a scary scene.
Yeah, it really was.
So thankfully, I think that they're doing okay, but the road's still a challenge this morning, and there's travel alerts in place. I think no travel advisory still in the northeastern portion of the state. Also, slippery, slick, slushy roads in northwest Minnesota.
And water-filled ditches.
Yeah, so if you are out driving this morning, which many of us will be, just take it slow. Don't act like it's April weather because it feels more like winter.
Right. Good point. And talking about flooding, Right now, we got new video from Harwood, and it looked like homes were islands because it's just so much water, just swallowing up the whole area.
Yeah.
The Cheyenne River at Harwood's just about 90 feet this morning. Major flood stage is 91 feet, supposed to crest sometime tomorrow. Of course, major sandbagging efforts underway right now. That's the Cheyenne River. I'm not sure if we were going to talk. We talked a little bit to Jared about flooding. I believe that the Red River and Fargo Moorhead is going to hit major flood stage today as well. So that's kind of a, pretty significant. Of course, we're protected. We have good measures in place. Some of the low-lying areas, those roads have been blocked off already. But if you drive over like the Main Avenue Bridge, the Veterans Memorial Bridge where Dylan was today, the water, you can tell it's way up. I live in West Fargo and I kind of forget sometimes because I'm just so far away from the Red River. But
yeah, the water is rising, and we're going to continue to monitor the rising water, flooding, all those things throughout the day today, throughout the weekend, next week. So stay tuned for all that coverage. Meantime, right now, authorities are working to bring back a man to Clay County to face charges in connection with the stabbing death of another man. It is the latest in a story that we've been following for you all week long. Police say 60-year-old Terry Klevgard was found at his apartment in the 1800 block of First Avenue North. Moorhead police say that he was stabbed multiple times in the chest. The suspect in the case is 57-year-old Robert Eikenberry. Police say he left the area taking a Greyhound bus to California. He was taken into custody in Fremont, which is near San Jose, California, and then authorities from Minnesota went there to question him, and they're right now working to get him back to Clay County.
WDAY is also tracking an update on a bill signed by North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. This is a story we've been tracking for you for quite some time. It bans gender-affirming care for most minors, and this is kind of an interesting twist on this too. Most new bills don't go into effect until August 1st in North Dakota, but this one could go into effect as early as today or early next week because of an emergency clause that was put into it. That bill prohibits healthcare providers from performing a variety of gender-affirming care and procedures on those under the age of 18. The new law will carry a possible felony charge punishable by up to 10 years in prison or a fine of $20,000 for healthcare providers who violate it. So what we're waiting on is it will go into effect as soon as it's filed by the North Dakota Secretary of State. So we'll continue to track that and let you know when that happens.
All right, let's turn the corner, talk about a couple fun things going on this weekend here in the Fargo area. The Fargo Kiwanis Pancake Carnival, it's back in person after a 2-year hiatus of virtual events, so it's fun to get everyone back together for a great event. It's all happening in person at the Fargo Dome tomorrow. Every dollar raised goes back to the community. It raises money for local area nonprofits. They work with kids, most of them. If you're interested in getting some great buttermilk pancakes, some sausages, they'll have those tomorrow morning starting at 7 o'clock. Actually goes till 3 in the afternoon, so you should be able to find some time to get over there and enjoy a meal.
Lunch or breakfast.
That's right. And if you want to get tickets for in advance, just go to your nearest Hornbachers. You can get them for $8 there, or if you know a club member, you can get them for $8 there. If you don't have time, you can show up. They're going to be $10 at the door, though. So if you can get them in advance, do that. Otherwise, kids 2 and younger, they'll get in for free.
Are we wearing blue for the Fargo Force today?
I think
Maybe.
so.
We didn't even realize that. The Fargo Force will wrap up their regular season this weekend. They're taking on the Sioux Falls Stampede tonight for their final home game. And we're having kind of a team bonding WDAY event, so you're going to see a lot of us out there tonight. I'm very excited for that. It's also Fan Appreciation Night. Still tickets available after the game as well. This will be fun. Fans will be invited to come down and paint the ice. And right now the Force are sitting atop the conference. They'll start playoffs next weekend. And that's here at Shields Arena in Fargo. So great season, playoff action starting here. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, and they'll be having their final game of the season then Saturday in Sioux Falls against the Stampede. So tonight's their final home game. So if you haven't had a chance to get out there, go support the local team.
Absolutely.
All right, let's dive into some national headlines this morning as well. It appears President Joe Biden is going to be announcing that he's going to run for re-election. That announcement could come as soon as next week, we're being told. They say, or sources familiar with the situation say that it could be in the form of a video announcement, could be as soon as Tuesday. Now, the reason that they're saying it could come on April 25th specifically is because that's the day that would be 4 years to the exact date that Biden announced he would be running for the 2020 election. Now, if he does run in 2024, he will be 82 years old.
I thought that was interesting, the ages and the oldest ever elected president, so interesting. We have an update as well on that mass shooting that happened in Alabama over last weekend. It left 4 dead, 32 injured. Another arrest was made. A 15-year-old was arrested and formally charged with 4 counts of reckless murder. The unnamed teenager joins 4 others. They're all facing the same charges. The suspects are accused of opening fire at a Sweet 16 birthday party. So sad story.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, the Minnesota Wild of the Timberwolves back in playoff action again tonight. So Minnesota fans, gear up for what the games are going to be. We're hoping for the best, expecting the worst sometimes as Minnesota sports fans. But I think the Wild have a better chance of winning than the Timberwolves personally. Anyway, they're going to be both playing at home in the Twin Cities. The Wolves at the Target Center, the Wild at the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul. Games are going to both be at 8:30 tonight. You can bet Dom's going to probably be previewing those games on his show this morning. Hot Mic, that's at 9 o'clock, goes to 11. You can watch it on WDAY Extra and InForum.com.
And while you're there, get your InForum.com subscription. Great deal right now, 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to InForum.com/subscribe to get that deal.
And we're going to keep you updated on the weather throughout the day, as well as all of your local headlines, national headlines as well. You can join us again at 11 o'clock for our next newscast. Otherwise, throughout the afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And then first news throughout the weekend.
Yep. And we'll be back on Monday morning
That's
from 5
right.
to 7. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.